Hello, folks. So we got our Friday update. This one coming a little late, but still had some important stuff I wanted to address that happened. So this is covering the week of June 8th through June 12th. So during that week, we saw PIPs are sort of reinitiating now the performance improvement plans. And I'll say, so far, the good news with PIPs is that they really do appear to be what they're meant for. Meaning, a lot of folks come in concerned about a PIP that, oh boy, they're just trying to fire me, they want to remove me. But that is not what we see. What we see is that they really are meant to improve folks' performance. So, the important thing if a PIP comes along is to loop us in, the union. We make sure that all the resources available to you can be listed. If there's any extenuating circumstances, we can note that as well. And looping us in, just want to drop our email. I'll drop it a few times here because a lot of folks are used to reaching out directly to myself, right? I've been standing in as the main point of contact, but we're shifting away from that because to more of a corporate inbox. We're using our corporate inbox that we have, which is afge.vbaspt@va.gov. So that's, and then of course there's also our non-corporate that you can reach out to as well if you don't want to reach out on VA systems, although we encourage you can reach out on VA systems. But if you want to use our Gmail, that's AFGE local 1594 STPET, St. Pete, at gmail.com. So yeah, if you're needing assistance, you're being connected with about a PIP, loop us in. We're also got a number of RFIs, requests for information, written, really focusing on, aside from the spiritual, the idea of a safe space, we're also looking for the reality of a safe space too. So we're just making sure that building safety is really, it's important to us, it's important to you all. So a lot of our requests for information are dealing with building safety things, so more to come there. And then over the last week, I've heard a couple times this idea that keeps coming up that people mention about the time period when the union was gone. And so I just really want to address that like the union was never ever gone. There was not a single day that went by that we ceased to exist. Now, I think what's happening is people are conflating, they're mixing up the contract, which is a very important part of the union and the agency connection, but it's not, the contract is not the union. So we as a union, right, we have elected officers, we have a budget, we have building space, that doesn't just go away with something happens with the contract. So, and, even with the contract, even during the time when the contract wasn't there, we still were writing grievances based on the contract. We still were taking things to the Merit Systems Protection Board, MSPB, based on contractual provisions. And I'll tell you, during that time, the agency attorneys, when they went before those MSPB judges, they certified that they were under the contract, as an example. So but regardless, there's EEO provisions. There's all sorts of things that the union can do and did do and was doing, even while the contract was not being honored by the VA. So, well, definitely and obviously, the contract is an important, really important part about the connection between the union and the agency. It's just that, it's a connection. The contract itself is not the union. So just wanted to clarify that. That kind of came up a few times, and so Yeah, that's all for that week. I'll stop this one and make another video for this current week that we're just ending. So, all right, folks, have a good one.